So my model was really a series of steps, one after the other. And to create this, I decided what I was going to draw was this shape here, this U shape. Okay, so this is how I began. I started off with that U shape, a little nub on the end there, and I extruded it. See, it was very easy to draw the shape and then extruded the 2 inches I needed to pull it out. After that, I drew another shape. I drew a half of a circle on the end there and extruded that. And then I drew a shape to cut out the notch here through the middle. And then I drew a circle to cut out a hole. So what we have here is a series of steps, right? It's a sequence. Start, and then add a step, add a step, add a step, add a step, right? Until we get to the end, and we've added our fillet, and we've got our finished model. So let's talk about how you can do this. Okay, we're practicing with extrusion. We're playing around with extrusion. Oh, let's see. All right. I'm going to pop over on the Home tab. I'm going to draw something that looks like the shape we're just working with. Alright, and then I'm going to pull that into 3D space with extrusion, and just notice I'm just trying to make the model. I'm not really getting too crazy about measurements or dimensions right now. Just want to show you the process. I'm going to roll this thing over so it's standing up. And then I needed to draw a half circle, remember? I'm going to draw a half circle. Well, the fact is I can't draw half circles. I've got to draw the whole circle. So we're going to go in here and I'm going to find the midpoint and draw a circle. Now if we take a look at that, it's on the XY plane down here, right? And no reason I can't go and give that some extrusion also. Right, so I've got a cylinder here inside another cylinder, and you know the fact is the laws of physics say this can't happen, but AutoCAD can break the laws of physics, okay? So this is looking okay. I want to union these two pieces together to create a brand new solid, right? And then I want to cut a hole out and I want to cut a notch out. So let's talk about how we can do that. The notch. Let's start with the notch. We'll go to the Home tab and I'm going to get the rectangle tool. But we probably already know that I can't draw on this face to create a notch up there, right? Because AutoCAD wants to draw on the XY plane. Well, I told you that there was a way around that. There's actually several ways around that. I'm going to show you one of them. And it's a tool down on the status bar called Dynamic UCS. Dynamic User Coordinate System. So when this is turned on, here's what we're able to do. We're able to draw on any face. Right? You have to have a 3D face to start with, but once you have one, you can draw on any of them. Right? And then I can take any of these closed 2D sketches and turn them into extrusions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure Dynamic UCS is on. I'm going to get my cursor on that face and it recognizes the face. And I'm going to draw a shape. And that shape there is the shape I'm going to extrude. In order to cut out from this piece. Now, a couple of things about cutting things out. this is exactly perfectly right on this face here. Probably want to make sure it's sticking all the way through. So what I did there is I just pulled it out a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to say subtract. Take away from this object, enter, take that object away, enter. Alright, and there's my notch, right? So you can draw on 3D faces if the dynamic UCS is on. And I recommend you leave it on. Alright, the other thing I'm going to do is I'd like to draw on this face. I'd like to make a circle and then turn that circle into a hole. So get my circle tool, and it's recognizing the face, and it even found the center point. Okay, and we see that there is a circle there. Now it's just a 2D circle, it's not a hole. Okay, AutoCAD's not that bright. Maybe we can make it stand out with red so you can see it. There we go. And what I can do though is I can EXT or UDE, extrude. I can extrude that circle. And now it's a cylinder. And I'll do the same thing. I'll grab it, I'll pull it up a little ways so it's completely piercing through my model. And you can think of it like this is a drill bit, right? And we're going to use it to drill a hole through this block. And we'll go back to our 3D tools and we'll say subtract, subtract from this model, enter, subtract the cylinder, enter, and voila, there is our hole cut through. My last step was adding a fillet in the corner here, so I'll click on fillet edge, I'll click on that edge. The radius is pretty small, so I'll make it a little bit bigger. If I like it, I hit enter, enter, and here is my finished model, right? With all the steps to go from a 2D sketch into the 3D finished shape.